Alright, so we're recording now. I got Captain here with me. He's my roommate's cat. Or my roommate's girlfriend's cat. Can't remember which one had which. I know it looks like there's a window right there. Well, it is kind of, sort of. It's a window showing a picture of my window. That's the camera looking out the window at the bird feeders. I can switch to it like that. Hey, and then gets you can look out the window. I turned on the backlights behind my monitor because I was having some eye strain, and I was wondering if that would resolve it. Tempted to turn the overhead light off here, the lamp, but then it would put me in darkness. I know a lot of streamers use those ring lights on the cameras. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to see the screen to play, so it'd be kind of pointless. I don't know what Landmark and the others are using. I don't know what their setups are. I haven't seen them. Probably a lot more expensive than mine. I know Landmark's is. He has a real fancy microphone stand and high-end microphone. It's Magpie. I think she's got fancy stuff. Well, they're all sponsored. And yeah, they're playing primarily Tarkov. I was playing that initially. And just decided, yeah, I just ain't good enough at it. Not to play competitively like they do. Yeah, I'm not good at it. I do this. This is a hobby to me. This ain't nothing. Doing this for any money. I make zilch off of this. I mean, if people want to send me money, I ain't gonna complain. But I'm not making no money off this. I think we are going to do something I hadn't been doing for a while, since we're playing Minecraft. Oh, what's a good music style? Let's just go rock. I'll put the soundboard on so we have a little music to go with the game. How about that? I can tell the microphone's picking it up. I didn't. Let's do this. Now y'all can hear it a little better. I added the soundtrack to my audio stream. Okay, this is picking it up because it's picking up desktop audio. Which I have turned down a bit, but hey, that's okay. Let's check. Now I know it's not active yet. Okay, we're recording desktop audio, so you'll still hear the music. Alright. So yeah, it's Sunday. I've had the printer chewing on parts all day yesterday, most last night. It's chewing on parts right now. About to run out of filament on that spool. Still got more parts for the enclosure to do. New spool filament's supposed to be in today. I keep printing smaller and smaller parts because I don't know how much is left on this spool. I don't think it's very much. If this print gets done, they'll probably just about kill the spool. And I hate to waste filament, so I'll run it down to the bitter end if I can. I don't have runout sensor installed. So, yeah. That's one thing. I have to make a custom cable for it because it's going to be installed outside the cabinet along with the filament heater. So, yeah, well, I guess I could install it inside the cabinet. So I put in the cabinet the filament guide may or may not be included. Oh, I figured it out. I might even put it down. Originally, I was going to mount it on the right at the extruder. Maybe I should have left it there. But it was going to, if I printed anything tall, it would have interfered with the filament guide. Well, since I'm putting it in the closure and I'll have filament guide in the top, I might just mount it there. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough for the recording, I think. So YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever I decide to put it, maybe all three. I'll talk to you all later. This will get stitched in whenever I get around to it. Maybe today, maybe not. Don't know. See you all later. Alright. Well, it's Monday again. The print I had going all last night and all today failed. My fault. Partly my fault, at least. Good old Amazon. The filament I ordered, they just listed as black. Problem is, Hatchbox has several different versions of black PLA. And they have different properties. The version I got was not the same as the version I was using. I did not notice that. So I was not printing it with the proper temperature. I need to go back and I need to run a temperature tower on this filament to find out exactly where it wants to print. Much hotter than the other stuff, I'm sure. But I also need to relevel my bed. I've got to adjust my height because it was massively slammed down in the front and was loose in the back. And yeah, it was just all hosed up. So yeah, I've got to do some work. I ain't doing it tonight. Heck with that. I ain't doing it tonight. Okay. Well. Dad blame it. Because I had issues with my headset, the microphone wasn't working right. I had to fix that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Just got a little brief message from my loan team. So he's waiting here from the underwriters. He'll give me an update tomorrow. That's cool. You know, he's staying on top of it. I like this guy. He's helping me out quite a bit. Alright, so that's the Monday night brief. And YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. I'll see you all later. Okay, here we go again. As soon as I turned on, it said encoding overloaded. Anyway, so it's Tuesday. Quick update. Nothing new. Got some new things to do at work. Nothing really major, just taking some pictures. Nothing new on the loan front. Haven't heard from them. I know they reached out to me yesterday, said they were going to reach out today, but they probably haven't heard nothing, so, you know, it's going to be one of those things where no news is good news. So, yeah, that's where things stand. So, as far as YouTube, Facebook, yeah, and nothing. Oh, one thing I did discover last night when I came home last night, and it would probably happen during the day. When I came home last night, something had been at the bird feeders. The one on the pole, this one, the one on that pole right there, that pole was bent all the way over. The bird feeder was touching the ground and was pretty empty. The one on the porch, so the pole one's like kind of over this side. The porch one's like over this side. Had to remember my camera's flipped backwards. The one on the porch, which you can't really see on the, can you see it on this camera? I can't tell. Anyway, the one on the porch looked like it had teeth marks in it. I don't know if it was deer, bear, or raccoon. I'm thinking because of how high up it is, raccoons could have got there. I don't think deer could have got to it. Bear definitely could have. Raccoon got up on the feeder with it leaning. It could have bent that pole over, maybe, if it was a big enough raccoon. Bear easily could have done it. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but something definitely got in the bird feeders and ate the bird seed. Any one of those three would very happily have done so. So it's hard to say who the culprit was. That having been said, I have not refilled them yet. I'm going to, but I haven't yet. Maybe I'll set trail cam out there this next time to try and catch them. I need to change the trail cam I have strapped to the post there because I've gotten it to work. It doesn't work reliably. Now, if I think if I was able to wire in external power, it would work just fine. I think. I don't know. It's an old, cheap camera. I have some newer ones. I can just strap one of the newer ones there. I just ain't done it yet. So yeah, that's the video update for the blog. And YouTube, Facebook. I'm going to end this recording, and these are all going to be stitched together. You guys will see them like Friday or Saturday. Alright, well, Friday night, or Thursday night, my Friday, actually. Thursday night, relatively good news. Found out that, my homeowner's insurance was incorrect. It's outdated. The payout amount no longer matched the value of the house for replacement. And that needed to be fixed. Not just for the loan, but, just in case. I was lucky because I've been checking my email religiously at work during this whole process. And I hadn't updated my phone number with the insurance agent in ever. The phone number he had was the one I had when I first moved in here. I ain't had that phone number in years. So I saw his email. I was able to get back to him 45 minutes later. Sent him an email and then called him and actually got a hold of him too. So I told him in person, fix it. Didn't even ask how much it was going to cost. I just said, fix it. Because like I said, that needed to be updated anyway. Okay, yeah, it's going to raise my premium a small bit. Possibly. It might. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, but shouldn't raise it very much. I don't think it was a huge difference, but there was a difference. So I was like, you know what? Just fix it. This is one of those things where, irregardless, it needed to be done. And then I got home, checked my email again, because that's a ritual of me. I get home, check my email, or try to anyway. I had paperwork. I had the closing documents. How they put it? Statement, or it's not the actual closing paperwork, but it's what they send me to tell me what the closing is going to be. The closing info is going to be, and is the actual locks it in. So, it is the closing disclosure. Those had to be signed. I signed them all. Send them back right away and let the agent know. So, all they are waiting on is for the insurance company underwriters to sign off on the change to my insurance, which should be a no-brainer. I mean, it shouldn't take nothing for them to do. And then that gets to the loan underwriters, and if they're sending me the closing disclosures, sounds to me like as soon as they have that paperwork in hand, heck, they might even do it ahead of time, since they know I'm doing it, because my loan officer talked to my insurance agent and knows that I put that change in. It's just waiting for their underwriters to cross the T's and dot the I's. So the loan underwriters might just go on that and be like, hey, it's being done. We know it's going to happen. So let's go ahead and get this processed so he can get paid and we can get paid. One can hope. Tomorrow's my regular day off. 549s. I really like them, actually. I'm not getting to work any earlier than I would be anyway to beat traffic and parking. So, rather than just sitting around for an hour and a half, 2 hours waiting to start, I start an hour earlier every day, and then get off normal time. Except for on payday Fridays, I get off an hour early because I only work an 8 that day. And then every other week, non-payday Fridays, which this is not, coming week is a non-payday Friday, is my RDO, my regular day off. So every other week, I get a 3-day weekend automatically. And guess what this weekend just happens to be? Monday's a holiday. So I get a 4-day weekend, and it don't cost me a dime. Does that make me happy? You betcha. Ah, well, that's where things stand. 3D printers giving me fits. Still working on getting it dialed in. I had it going good, and then I ran out of that filament. When I changed filaments, everything got messed up. Now I gotta work on getting dialed back in, get the last of the prints done, so when the lac table gets here, I can build the enclosure and get down to some serious nitty gritty tuning, because I'll have a controlled environment for it. With all the cats and the dusty house, and in fact, this house is about as well insulated as a tent in the middle of Alaska. This house is a bit drafty. Right now, my environment is not controlled. And FDM 3D printers want a controlled environment. But, that being said, it's coming. This one still prints better than the old one did, by a country mile. So, yeah, that's where things stand. Alright, well, I'm going to end this recording, and I'm going to start streaming, and I will be on live stream. Since most of you won't see this until probably sometime tomorrow, I'll make it uploaded. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe. And I'll talk to you later. A quick segment here. A good Friday to everyone. Finally got the 3D printer dialed in, so it's printing pretty good. I won't say it's perfect, but right now it's just got to be good enough. Good enough to print the parts to make it better. Yeah, what's the saying go? Buy a 3D printer and immediately start printing parts for the 3D printer. I think my vacuum is lost. It's supposed to be going to the dock. The dock ain't here. I may have to pick it up and carry it. We'll see. Right now it's definitely lost. No news yet on the mortgage front, but I'm not overly surprised on that. So, yeah, we'll see what we see. Anyway, That's just a quick little recorded update for YouTube and Facebook. Good morning. Saturday morning. Been fighting with the printer most of the morning. Discovered a mechanical issue I had to fix, along with some recalibrating I had to do. That's Captain. He wanted to be lovey-dovey for a bit, and I guess he's done being lovey-dovey now. When I tried to record this first, he was all content to sit on my chest, and I realized the microphone was turned off. Yeah, it's been one of those days already. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning here, I think. I'm on like my 5th cup of coffee. Surprised I ain't been pulling my hair out. When I woke up this morning, I looked out the window. It seemed like it was trying to be a nice, cleaner day. So I went ahead and got dressed, thinking I might get outside and do stuff. Yeah, no. It's not a clear day. Cloudy. Chilly. Looks wet. I ain't been out there to verify, but it looks wet. Uh-oh. I just noticed. Well, y'all can see here too. If you look, you see the bird feeder is pulled over. That means the bear came back last night. There ain't no squirrel doing that. That's a bear. Well, now I gotta go fix it again if it ain't smashed. It's still hanging there. Well, I think it's a bear. I don't think a squirrel or even a raccoon might be able to make that bend over like that. I don't think a squirrel can. Even jumping on it. I guess I need a stronger post. Maybe a higher one. Bird sitting on the post right now. I haven't even looked to see if the other one's still up. Yeah, heck, it might have got ripped clean off the porch. I don't know. But I'll get the computer chewing on the video files and I'll go check all that. So that's where things stand right now. I think I got the printer dialed back in. It's printing good now, for the moment at least. I'll be happy when I finally get the parts done, get it in its enclosure. Because then it should print a whole lot better and be a lot more stable. Not getting all the dust and temperature variations from the house. And with 7 cats, the house gets very dusty. Plus, I was never one to be very good at deep cleaning. So dust builds up around my house, I'm afraid. Anyway, I'm going to end this so I can get the videos all stitched together and get them posted. Y'all have a good weekend. It's Juneteenth. To me, it's just a day off. Some people, it's a big holiday. Other people are mad about it. You know what? If they're going to pay me to stay home, I don't care. I'll happily stay home and collect the paycheck. I got no problem with that. Yeah, I know there's people who be like, oh, somebody's got to pay for it. Yeah, I know. I do all my taxes every year. Thank you very much. Anyway, y'all enjoy your weekend. I'm sure I'll be doing video blogs, but they won't get posted until I get off my keister and post them. Anyway, this takes care of today, and this one will get stitched in with all the previous weeks. And y'all have a good day. Bye now. Don't know if y'all can hear that, but this plant is attracting a large number of honeybees. I don't know where their hive is. As far as I know, none of my neighbors have honeybees. But the couple that I've seen sure look like honeybees. Yeah, good morning. It is Sunday, Juneteenth, or tomorrow's Juneteenth, I don't know. Tomorrow's when we celebrate the holiday officially, federal holiday, all that jazz. Whatever, is what it is. Um, yeah, no real changes. Well, one change. I got the notification from my insurance company the policy is done. Um, my premium went up by about $300 a year. So that'll raise my payment a little bit, but think about $300 divided by 12. Actually, it was like went up by like 320. So divide that by 12. Not a huge bump in price. And it aligns my insurance with the value of the house. It went from a 60,000 cap to replace the trailer to 115,000 cap. I was misinformed about what the numbers on the policy meant. I showed the policy to someone else, and they said, "Oh, well, that amount is the amount they'll repair up to, and then they replace it." No, that number was the cap, how much it would pay. Now, logic. So there I go, trying to apply logic to things like financial stuff. Logic would say that you'd write policy and say, "Oh, well, we'll pay up to this much to fix it, and after that, we'll replace it at whatever it costs." If you say full replacement cost, that's full replacement cost. No, there's a cap on that. Well, yeah, I would say there's a cap on it too, but I would look at, okay, full replacement cost with comparable stuff. So that, if there was, say, a fire that gutted the trailer and they had to replace it, the person who owned the trailer didn't go out and buy them the uber fancy, top of the line, triple wide, whatever, or even if they had to limit to a double wide, didn't get the uber fancy one that cost more than a base triple wide, thinking the insurance company gonna pay for all of it. People will do that. And to be absolutely honest, if I knew that they were gonna pay for it, I'd do it too. I mean, why wouldn't you? But reality is, someone's got to pay for that. I could get an insurance policy that would do that for me. It cost me an arm and a leg, but truthfully, I would rather put up with the old, you know, not great but works house here than go through the headache and hassle of damages, trying to save stuff, moving, all that is such a headache. And it's months, if not years, before your life is back to anything resembling normal. No, the house might not be the best, but it's intact, it works, it keeps me warm and dry, and I ain't got to move a bunch of shit. I'll stick with this one. My insurance papers ain't getting hot. And that's not just because of where I work either. That's because moving is a pain in the butt that I don't want to have to do. And I'm basically an honest person. As for that reference, it was something my dad would say a lot. I'm not saying he was wrong in a lot of these instances. We'd see a business or something that had been doing poorly suddenly catch fire and burn down. He'd say, oh, the insurance paperwork must have got too hot. Ain't saying he's wrong. Might not be right, but I ain't saying he's wrong. um, it's less common now than it used to be because forensic investigations have gotten a whole lot better. But especially if you're in, say, a rural area where the investigations might not be as intense, thorough. I don't know what word you want to look for. Especially, if there was no loss of life, it's just property damage or whatever, no obvious signs of arson or anything like that, they might get away with it. And some of the insurance companies might be like, well, it's just easier to pay the claim because paying for the investigators to prove it was this would cost too much money anyway. They might be right. Might not be. I don't know. I have no plans to find out either. Because, like I said, moving is a pain in the backside. Especially when you have pets. Anyway, so, yeah. I don't know how I got off on that side rant. Shirt looks dirty on the camera, but the printer's chewing on the third one of the tall legs. I now have all 4 of the short ones done and 2 of the tall ones done. I have to get pan head screws and the plexiglass. I should be getting dressed going to Lowe's. Instead, I'm sitting here talking to you, getting ready to play some video games. Considering fact, I'm only on the third of the 4 tall adapters, and each one takes like 14 hours to print. I think I've got a little time. I still have a couple other parts to print after that. So yeah, I think I have a little time. Be that as it may. It's rainy, gray, icky day. Just moving stuff from in front of the club trailers so they can get them out this week. My pants were soaked all the way up to my knees. I detest wet pant legs. I don't know what there is about it. The upper part of my pants can get wet. It's annoying, but I can deal with that. Wet pant legs, it's like fingernails on chalkboard to me. I've had wet shoes, wet feet. Annoying, but not massive. Wet pant legs slapping my ankles drives me absolutely batty. Well, Smokey, she wanted pets. That's what she wanted. Okay, so this rant's getting kind of long, and it's gonna be bundled with others. I don't know. Since tomorrow's a holiday, I don't have to work. I might get it uploaded. I just yesterday. I uploaded all last week's, except for the one day I didn't record anything because I was busy. I was running late, and I was just like, you know what? It's too late. I ain't recording nothing. Plus, I occasionally do updates from my phone when I'm home. My good cell phone's got cameras. My work cell phone does not. Used to. It used to be my home phone. But when I upgraded, I turned in my old work phone, had the cameras taken out of what used to be my home phone, and discovered the battery was going bad on it, so it was good timing. And got me a new phone. This one's got a whole bunch of cameras on it. How often do I use the other cameras? Probably not much. It's got features I don't even know what it is. Like with most things, we find the features we like, we're used to, and we use those all the time. There's probably bells and whistles on everything that most people don't even realize, never use. Because most people will find what works well for them. Now, if you're a technician working on the stuff, you have to know what all those bells and whistles are. Because you have to be able to fix everything so it's working. Because what one person uses might not be what the other person uses. Just saying. Alright. Well, we're going to get off here. Go to live stream and get to playing some Skyrim. So, from the office of the Grumpy Old Redneck here, see y'all later. I was going to go outside and do stuff. That's why all the lights are off and everything. I sat down to check on something and Mama hijacked me. She did. She wasn't loving. Considering her age. In fact, I have no idea how much longer I'll have her. When she comes wanting loving, I take a break and give her loving. Also, she's shedding her winter coat. So, getting petted helps her shed it. And I just ran slicker brush over her a whole bunch before I went back to recording. The slicker brush is now full. Smokey is uber jealous that Mama's getting all the attention and she's not. Mama's like, I don't want to move. I don't want to get down. I don't want you to go outside and do work. I was going to go outside and work on the Packard, but Mama here had other ideas. Didn't you, Mama? Yeah, didn't you? She's like, take the hat off, Dad. I'm still going to try and beat the rain out there. Go out. At the very least, I want to vacuum the mouse nest out of the glove box. I was going to set up the GoPro on time lapse and get some video of that. At least that was my intention. Look at Smokey. Yep. Yeah. Mama, I gotta set you down now. Yeah. I already been loving on her for like 15-20 minutes. But she is insistent, so Smokey. There's Smokey tapping my arm. She's like, my turn, my turn, my turn. Except Smokey won't get my arms like this or lay on my chest like this. There we go. Alright. I guess Mama had enough finally. Now I can go out and do what I was going to do to begin with. So, rant for today. Halfway decent day today. Prices are out of the freaking roof. I went to buy some plexiglass to do the enclosure for my 3D printer. Plexiglass, 4 pieces of plexiglass, a tool to help cut them, and some screws to put them together. Cost nearly as much as the printer itself. $140 at Lowe's. The printer only cost $160. Prices are outrageous. And Lowe's was the cheapest. Got notification yesterday that they got my homeowner's insurance policy updated. And that was sent to the loan officers. It raised my premium by about $340 a year. So I'm guessing probably roughly about $12 a month maybe. Shouldn't be too awful much. Ed from the radio club showed up today, picked up the first trailer. And the other guy is supposed to show up, pick up the second one tomorrow. For field day next weekend. Tried to get out there, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe I'll get video of it. Well, that's a thought. Since I'm not really getting up on the radio these days, because right now my radios are all taken down. I could get on 2 meter. It's kind of taken down, kind of not. I mean, right now no, I still got the antenna hooked up on it too. It's sitting over there. It used to sit right here on the corner of my desk, but that's where my stream monitor is residing now. Yeah. I need to build a stand to hold my radios. I gotta fix at least one antenna. I need to fix both HF antennas. One is completely down. The other one needs some help because it's got a lot of noise on it. I got too many irons, not enough fire. I really do. Restoration projects, I got the Packard I just picked up. I still got the 2 walk behinds. I looked at the Earthmaster. Was going to pull the carb off it yesterday. Well, just, I was checking to see if the gas turned off. And the sediment bowl's half empty. I'm like, okay, that's not good. See if the tank's empty. No, tank ain't empty. It would probably have been better if it was, though, because I could see there's a layer of water in the tank, along with some really nasty stuff. So, fuel tank's got to be drained. The entire fuel system's got to be cleaned. I already know I got to do rebuild on the carburetor. I got the rebuild kit. I just got to get the carburetor off, get tore down, cleaned, and do the rebuild. That's just one additional project on my list. I get the enclosure done for the 3D printer, and at least it will be kind of just set it and forget it. Not quite, but almost. It's just getting this initial work done, and then, it can do its thing. I can tell it, hey, print this, and be fairly confident it will print it properly. Still got the Gibson tractor, which needs a bunch of work now. Everything needs parts that I haven't got the money to get at the moment. Still waiting on the mortgage, which I should hear something on that this week. I should get the approval this week. That's what I'm hoping. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Yeah, hopefully. Caught a squirrel raiding my bird feeder, which I just realized there's a cable right in the way of the camera, so you can't see the bird feeder. Let me see if I can fix that. Here. Maybe that's why I had it hooked up where I did. There, that gets it out the way. I moved it because it was blocking the TV. Well, now it ain't blocking the TV and it ain't blocking the camera either. As you can see, I put the hummingbird feeder back out. It's now full. So we might get some hummingbirds out there. I moved the other feeder up under the porch to get it away from the squirrel. Kind of felt bad taking food away from the squirrel, because it's a mama squirrel, and you can tell it has babies. So I put some critter food out there for it. When I moved the feeder where it's at right now, she couldn't get to it. And then she finally found the great big pile of critter food I put down there for her. So she got plenty to eat. So I wasn't depriving her or her babies of food. Now, I imagine that pile of critter food will probably be gone by morning. If the squirrel don't eat it, raccoon, deer, bear, mice, something will eat it. I don't expect to see any of it there when I leave for work in the morning. So yeah, that's where things stand pretty much right now. It's been kind of a chill day, except for putting together that enclosure. Never realized that doing something like that was so much work. Cutting plexi's hard. And then half the holes I drilled didn't seem to be in the right place once I drilled them. I could have swore I marked them right, but I don't know what the heck happened. So I wind up having to cut them over a little bit. Now I got them to fit. Got the panels on there, so that's done. Now it's down to setting the doors. And I realized I printed 4 hinges. 4 of the same hinge. So I have 4 hinges for the left side. What I didn't think to do when I set them up because I printed all four at once. I didn't think to mirror two of the settings. So right now the printer is chewing on two right side hinges so that I can mount the doors. Then I have to take the printer down, set it in there, figure out where the cables got to get routed, drill or cut holes for the cables, figure out where the filament's going to come in, drill a hole for the filament, and because I know the tabletops and bottoms are hollow, I'm going to have to, what I printed for it, it was just a little button thing. It was just supposed to be a guide. You know, you stick it in a hole and it makes a smooth edge. I don't think that's going to work. At the very least, I need like a tube going down in. What I'm thinking about doing is literally attaching a Bowden tube to my dry box, to the outlet of the dry box, and just having Bowden tube going down so it comes out inside the enclosure. Yeah, might work. It's one of the things I have to investigate once I start putting it together. So it's not going to get done by tonight. Alright, well, I'm sitting here jabbering my jaws instead of playing on the stream, so I'm going to end the recording and we're going to get in some Skyrim. Had to move the bird feeder there. I put some food out there for the squirrel. The squirrel was getting in the bird feeder. I didn't have the heart to chase her away because it was Mama Squirrel. And I could tell that she's got babies somewhere, so she's just trying to feed her family. So I moved the bird feeder up there. Well, that sure looks like a yellow canary, don't it? Not sure what kind of bird it is. I could look it up later. Pretty bird. Filming this through the screen because if I open the door, they'll fly away. All right. Well, it is. I'd say it's Monday, but it's actually Tuesday. It's warm. Had turned the fan on. Got in late, so everything's running late. Was going to mow the lawn, but it was 6 o'clock before I even got my boots off. So I downed some supper. 7 o'clock now. I'd say, well, I might be able to get on, do a rant recording and stream a little, maybe, possibly, could be. Had a message from the loan company. They needed an updated I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's so simple too. It's the deal where it says how much to pay off your mortgage. Payoff quote. See, I said it was simple. I don't know why I brain farted. Um, so I went on the SPS website. First, requested one because one that was there, for whatever reason, I couldn't get to work. Well, then I found one that was good to the end of this month. But every time I download to my phone, it would encrypt and I couldn't open it. Well, I fought with it and fought with it. I finally got one that I could open. It wasn't listed as the quote, it was like a letter, but they included the quote. So I sent that to the loan company. Then, like an hour later, I got the new payoff quote, which is good to the end of July. Went through the same rigmarole again. In fact, it wasn't even an hour, it was like 10 minutes, I think. It took me about half hour fighting with the phone. Um, Fought with the phone again, same issue. Every time I download it, it encrypted. When I first downloaded it, I could look at it, but then when I tried to send it anywhere or copy it anywhere, or I'd tell it to save, I'd open the save and it wouldn't open. It'd say it was corrupted, or, it didn't even show the right emblem. It showed an encryption emblem. Now, I forget how I did it, but I finally wound up, I got a clean PDF of it saved and sent that one to the loan company too. So they got both of them. Oh, it was, well, I emailed them to my loan officer directly, and he put it in the file. But oh, it was driving me absolutely batty. I couldn't figure out why. It's like, why won't it let me? I swear SPS was doing that because, they ask you, why do you want the payoff quote? And I put down for refinance. Well, they're making money off that. They don't want to lose that. So they're going to do everything they can to query your refi, so you have to stay with them and keep paying their fees. I know that game. That's the second oldest profession in the world. It's called graft. Yeah. Everyone knows what the oldest profession in the world is. Well, as soon as that profession started earning some money, second oldest profession came along. Graft. Somebody was skimming a little bit off the top. And nothing I can do about it. So figure out a workaround. Well, I figured out the workaround. I made it work. I made it happen. So that's done. Hopefully I'll hear tomorrow. Maybe Thursday. I'm hoping I'll hear before Friday. I'm hoping to get scheduled to sign, Thursday or Friday. And maybe, possibly, might have $1 or two in my pocket come weekend. Probably not. Could happen. Chances of it happening? Yeah. I'm usually not that lucky. Alright, well, I'm going to end the recording and play a little bit so that, get a little bit of a stream in tonight. It's not going to be a huge one. And this recording will get stitched in at some point. So, without further ado, alright, well, here it is, Thursday. Those who watch my live stream will have noticed I wasn't on last night. I got home a little bit late, and I was working on the enclosure for my 3D printer. So, yeah, I just got busy doing stuff and didn't get on. I worked on it tonight too, but I got home earlier, so I got time for a little short stream anyway. I was in a really bad mood earlier. Finally gave up being patient. Contacted my loan officer. Come find out, the insurance company had goofed. When they did the paperwork, they put the previous loan company, the one that turned me down, they put their name on the paperwork. And then he was saying he couldn't get a hold of my insurance agent, which he has been a pain to get a hold of. Well, I got a message from my loan officer this evening, and that man works late, and I really do appreciate him. Steve Knudsen, Coastal Pacific Lending. If you need mortgage or refi, he let me know they got the paperwork they needed. They got the insurance corrected the way they needed it, and he's hoping to get closure approval tomorrow. If I can get signed tomorrow, then I should be able to have my money by Tuesday. I hope. Wednesday. Unless he knows some way to get around the stupid 3-day waiting period, which, why do I need a 3-day waiting period? It's a mortgage. I'm not buying a blaming gun. So you have 3 days to change your mind. If I was going to change my mind, I would have done did it. I wouldn't have been fighting as hard to get the blooming thing. Some things just irk me. But the thing about it is, one good thing about it, if I sign the paperwork tomorrow, then I know that the money set aside to pay mortgage next month can be used. So it's not all of what, we'll do everything, but it'll help. It'll make me feel better if I don't use it. It'll still make me feel better knowing it's available. Because right now, it's still not available. Just in case worst comes to worst, and I wind up still having to pay next month's mortgage. I hope not. But it's possible. Yeah, when he told me that, I was ready to pull my hair. I didn't know whether to cry or scream. Today was definitely one of those days where it's a good thing I swore off alcohol. Because I so wanted to just come home and drink myself into oblivion. Wouldn't have solved nothing. Would have made my health a lot worse. Might have even killed me. Well, that might have solved my problems in the worst kind of way, but that's not really a solution. That just brings on a different set of problems. And honestly, would be really mean to people I care about. So, any of y'all watching this, don't worry. No, I am not thinking about hurting myself. Because that's exceedingly selfish, self-centered, and stupid. Plus, I don't like pain. And I'm such a klutz, I'd screw it up. But no, I am not even considering doing that. It's not even on my radar. So like I said, that would be selfish and self-centered and hurt the people I care about. There's people I care about that care about me, and I won't hurt them. Plus, there's four-legged people that depend on me. I ain't gonna leave them alone neither. So, yeah, that's where things are sitting. So I'm in better mood now. I got the enclosure for my printer mostly all done. Um, Looks like my mortgage will most likely close tomorrow. So yes, I'm in much better mood. All right, well, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of playtime in, help me relax a bit. So I'm gonna stop the recording, and we gonna go strictly live stream and YouTube, Facebook whenever I get this uploaded. Yeah, don't know when that'll be. Maybe tomorrow, probably Saturday, possibly Sunday. We'll see. All right. All right. So recording now. Um, I don't know what was wrong before. Something was messing me up big time. So mowed the yard. I got a before and after video of that to get bumped into here. So the mortgage saga continues. Thought we had all sorted out. Was just waiting for them to give clearance to close. And then he called me this afternoon while I was driving after I left work. Said that as far as he knew, they had everything they needed and we were good. We were just waiting for him to say good to close. Then I get home and there's an email from him saying that no, they need another employment verification because they need one within 10 days of closing. Well, there's a problem with that. I work for the U.S. government. And the only way I can send an employment verification is from a government computer. Unless things have changed, I haven't tried it, but last I knew, you could only access the MyBiz site from a government domain. It'd be a moot point right now anyway. As long as I don't forget to do it first thing Monday morning. Get that done. It just irks me. It really does. It just irks me. But wasn't going to get signed this week anyway. He said it's not going to close before the 1st. In a way, that helps me because if it closes after the 1st, well, then I won't have a mortgage payment until October, or correction, September. I won't have to make a mortgage payment July and August. Be kind of nice. But I was kind of hoping to have the money before the July 4th weekend so I could kind of enjoy it. Maybe get some stuff done, because for me it's going to be a 4-day weekend. But it don't look like that's going to happen. I try real hard not to be a tinfoil hat kind of person. But the way things have been going, this is the 3rd time around that I've gotten to this point. And this one, it's like, oh, we need something else. We need something else. The others, I get everything done. Be waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, we can't do it. 2 years ago, it was, oh, you don't have enough equity. This spring, it was, oh, our funders pulled out. To say I'm a little gun shy is not an understatement. I'm a lot gun shy at this point. I'm not happy. I'm not quite angry, but I'm not happy. I'm doing my best to not give in to the everyone's out to get me belief, whether they are or not. All right, well, I'm gonna end the recording and I'm gonna play some Skyrim and relax, and live stream it. So, those of you watching the recording on YouTube and Facebook, y'all have a good evening. Have a good weekend. I'll try to get this uploaded tomorrow. Okay, it's Saturday. It is not quite noon. Well, I don't think it's quite noon yet, but it's right about noon. Anyway, uh, it got hot outside. I was out there doing yard work. After a little bit, I literally had sweat just pouring across my face. It's like, nope, I'm done. I'll wait till evening when it cools down again. Or at least till yard's in the shade. I just couldn't take it no more. But I got all the heavy grass swept out of or raked out of the front yard. And considering the price of tow behind or even push lawn sweepers, I am thinking I might try to make one. I have a couple real mowers floating around somewhere. So I don't see why I couldn't make one for a lot cheaper than what they're asking for. $400 for a tow behind? I mean, seriously? It's a giant reel mower with brushes instead of mower blades. Can't be that hard to make. Anyway, now I mowed where the trailers were. And got a good bit of the side yard mowed. I bagged all that. I was going to start in the back and I was like, no, it's too hot. I got to stop. Today's field day, but I don't feel like going. I haven't been very active with the club. They might not be too happy with me because I said I wanted my yard back. But, my storing the trailers here was only supposed to be a temporary thing anyway. And it's been a couple of years. That having been said, it is what it is. I mean, if they came to me and said they couldn't find a spot, I'd still let them come back here. But, I would rather not. I'd like to use that space for other things. Shift all the junk that was piled along the side over to the side so I can recoup that whole section of yard there. Get it cleaned up and, just in general, start working on my property. We'll see. But I got the grass that had grown up around the trailers mowed. I got the AC going now. I hadn't even uncovered it until last night. I hadn't even pulled the cover off it. Well, last night I pulled the cover off it and I'm glad I did. Just in time. So, yeah, that's where things stand right now. $83 and still didn't get my gas cans full. $83 barely got me 14 gallons of gas. It's outrageous. But what can you do? When you got gas-powered equipment that you need to use, it's either pay it or don't use it. Now, I'm too old to try to do this shit by hand. This shit too tall. You know, it's too. Heck, this property is actually too much for me to upkeep now. To keep it up park-like the way it was when I bought it, that would be, someone would have to be working on it day in and day out, hours at a time. Because previous owner must have hired a landscaper to come in and do it, because there is a lot here, and this stuff grows fast. I mowed the front yard like a month ago, and that stuff was waist deep when I mowed it yesterday. In spots. Not all of it was waist deep, but some of it was. So, yeah, it grows like crazy. Alright, well, I'm going to end the recording and switch to stream, and think we might play some video games. Good Sunday morning to you. Just came in from doing yard work. Got hot in a hurry. But then again, the day went away in a hurry too, seemed like. Because it was just like 7 o'clock when I went out there, and now it's 9. No, I'm not affiliated. I don't get no sponsoring. Anyway. Whew. Race is at 2 today. Good, I got time to do some streaming. So I'm dropping the live stream right now because I'm going to change my stream information. Anyway, not much of a rant today. I'll try to get the videos edited and uploaded. We've had nice weather finally, so I've been busy dealing with that. So, till then, y'all enjoy your weekend.